time in Minnesota solving the
I think
murder of
it's
her
going
sister,
now.
which happened 5 years before she went to
Time's
Ireland.
going.
yeah.
And
Are you going to film it?
in this
Otherwise,
story,
like,
they discover
Thanks.
a car buried in a bog. Or somebody discovers a car buried in a bog. And there are two people in the boot of that car. One is a man from the 9th century, and one is a modern person. And all my book club asked, well, how does a 9th century guy get into the trunk of a car? And I said, I have no idea. I can write the book to find out. So the beginning, the opening chapter is set in the 9th century. And it's based, all my books are based on things that really happened. So this one was based on the fact that in 2007, some workmen cutting big blocks of turf in a bog in Ireland came across a 1,200-year-old book. And it was open, and you could still read the pages. So they knew that it was a book of Psalms, because there was a line on the open page that said, "In Vale Lacrimarum," in the Vale of Tears. And they looked that up, and that was Psalm 83. And so they had a guy from Trinity College Library work for 2.5 years trying to preserve that book, and you can now see it at the National Museum of Ireland. A few pages, a couple of pages each month. They have to switch it out because it's very sensitive to light and it turns dark. So that got me thinking, you know. And I was in the National Museum laboratory where they bring objects that are found in bogs. Way back in 2003, I was doing research for my second book. And I don't know, maybe it was 1999, research for the first book. And somebody had brought in something that had been found in a bog, and it turned out to be a leather satchel. Had a long leather strap on it. Looked like a Coach bag from Dayton's, I swear to God. And I was there, the technician was picking the wet peat off of it. And in 2007, when they found the book, it came to light that the satchel had been found in the exact same bog, only a few yards away from where the book turns up. So I started to think, you know, okay, they found a book, they found this satchel, and a satchel would have been what a monk carried his books in at that time. They didn't use bookcases or bookshelves. The books were not board-bound, they were soft, and so they would keep them in satchels and hang them in pegs on the wall. So I started to think, well, okay, they found the book and they found the satchel, and where's the guy who was carrying the book in the satchel? If they ended up in the book. That's where this comes from. So in this chapter, there are two men traveling across Ireland. One is a famous scholar, and one is his assistant, his scribe. And they're working on what the scribe calls the master's great work. And they are out in an oak wood on the edge of the bog, and the assistant is up in a tree collecting some of these things, oak balls. Because, yeah,
What are these called?
oak balls.
Oak galls.
And here are some more. And these would be more like the ones that would be ground up to make ink. Because all of the basic ink in the 9th century was made from oak balls. They were plentiful. They were acidic, so the ink would bite into the leather, the vellum of the page. And by the way, that's the reason that some of the letters survived in this 9th century book that was found, is that the tannic acid in the oak gall preserved the vellum where the letters were written, and where the letters weren't written, it dissolved into gelatin. So it was kind of an alphabet soup. By the time the guy spent his 2.5 years with the tweezers, he just had a pile of letters and not complete pages. It's really, really fascinating. Should I stand?
Yep, stand.
Okay. Owen looked down from his perch in the tree at the master, still sunning himself by the edge of the bog pool. The oak leaves around him stirred in the breeze. The morning sunlight played on the water, making a golden checkerboard that seemed to move and meld together. And Owen was filled with such an unaccustomed feeling of well-being, his mind combining the contours of the oak leaf with the glinting ripples, all part of the unfolding mysteries of Vita Aeternum. And he knew exactly what sorts of embellishments he would try out on the pages his master would dictate today. They would argue, and Owen would ask questions. He had become a part of the master's work. He was even allowed to add a gloss from time to time, adding the warmth of his breath to amplify the master's thoughts and words. It was a joyful thing, seeing their two hands on the page side by side. All at once, Owen's thoughts were disturbed by a distant, faint sound of horses approaching. A jagged panic shot through him. From childhood, his first impulse at the prospect of meeting unfriendly stares had always been to hide. And so he climbed higher in the tree, hoping to conceal himself amid its leathery green leaves. As he slipped from sight, a pair of horsemen came charging through the wood, pausing directly below the tree where he was concealed. The forest floor muffled any hoofbeats. All Owen could hear was the squeaking of leather saddles, the rasp of labored breathing. "There he is," the first horseman said to his mate, pointing through the trees at the master. "I confess it's beyond me why anyone should be frightened of such a weak old man." The second rider grunted. They were so close below Owen he could smell the rank odor of their bodies. There was an edge in the speaker's voice that said these two were fighting men. They seemed to know his master. What were they after? Owen felt a sudden whirlwind of words at his throat, trying to force their way out, and his first instinct, as always, was to keep them from escaping. He stuffed his fist into his mouth and bit down hard, pain erasing for a brief moment what overpowering need to speak. The first horseman spurred his mount out of the wood and down to the bog's edge, his silent second following. The master turned to them, offering the traditional greeting, "God be with you." In answer, he received a club across the face that bloodied his lip and robbed him to death. He staggered slightly, but did not cry out. Hidden in the oak, Owen felt the air around him crackle with danger. He must do something, help the master. But how? "Are you called John?" the first horseman demanded. "After the Baptist," the master replied mildly. "The very same." The first horseman gestured to the leather satchel at the master's feet and exchanged a glance with his mate. "Where's your servant?" "I wish I knew," the master replied. "He disappeared last night, took our store of food. I'm left here with nothing to eat but my words." He gestured to the satchel and ground. Owen nearly cried out. He had taken nothing. Why was the master lying? He felt a slowly rising horror as the horsemen dismounted, and each drew a knife from his belt. The pair of them fell upon the old man, thrusting their blades with an upward motion, again, again, and again. Over the assassin's shoulders, the master raised his eyes to the tree where Owen crouched, hidden among the leaves. And again, the old man wheezed. At last, the two horsemen stepped back and let the master's lifeless body tumble to the ground. Owen could hardly breathe when he felt the uncontrollable sounds begin to rise within him once more. He bit down on his fist again, this time tasting salty blood. "Shield, cover me," he prayed to the tall oak, to each of its branches and leaves. "Hide me from the conspiracy of the wicked and the noisy crowd of evildoers." Suddenly, a third horseman burst through the woods, pulling his beast up short and dismounting beside his fellows. "So you found him. Good." He spat on the master's body. "How goes it for you, heretic? No king to protect you now." The third man snatched up the satchel from the master's feet and looked inside, removing the book profoundly and paging through it before flinging it aside. "Bloody fools!" he shouted. "Armadons! You should have checked the book before you killed him. It's not the one we're after, it's only a bloody psalter." Owen felt the last word of another blow. The psalter was his own, the one he copied out for himself. But if the master had his psalter, that was his own. He suddenly felt the weight of the satchel pulling him down to the stern. The third horseman wasn't finished. "What about the idiot's servant?" "Gone. We looked everywhere," the first assassin lied. The third man narrowed his eyes, trying to gauge whether his defiant underling spoke the truth. "Well, see that you find him. Shouldn't be too difficult. They say he howls like a banshee." He swung his leg over his horse again. "Now get rid of the body. See if you can manage to get that right." Owen could only watch as the two men dragged his master out onto the bog. They pushed the body into a dark pool, waiting until it was swallowed up by the sun. Almost as an afterthought, the second horseman reached for the psalter and satchel and flung them into the pool as well. Still hidden in the tree, Owen covered his mouth and wept silently, watching as the open book seemed to float for a few seconds, like a pale pair of wings, and then submerged. So that's my theory about how a book ended up open in a log. So I brought some turf. Everybody take a look at that. Yeah, that's super heavy.
So how did you find this and how did you bring it back? Is there any restriction on?
Of course there is, yes.
I have a funny story about TSC
Somebody works for
and
the
my
agriculture
cannabis.
department.
Okay, good.
I found it on the road. They don't rob from people's stashes of turf. That's bad form. But I found this on the road and nobody was going to be picking it up. So you put it under your dirty clothes and you check the luggage. Luggage is the key.
Okay.
And when they ask you, they used to have a form asking if you were on a farm, if you had soil or soil
Well,
products.
they still do.
They don't.
Last time, when's the last time you flew? Okay. Yeah, it's been a year or so for me, but I
Yeah.
swear I answered those questions.
I know, and I was warning my
Couple
whole tour
years.
group, not to say you've been on a farm. Even my friend the farmer lies about it. So yeah, you hide it and then I feed it around with crops.
So what first got you interested in Ireland? Everyone asks me how I ended up in Scotland, but how did you end up in Ireland?
I'm named after my grandmother, who was Erin Hart. The Irish side of the family. I'm also German, Belgian, and English. And, but because my name means Ireland, it did something to me. I don't know what. So when I was about 8 years old, I learned all the Irish songs, the folk songs on the piano. And they weren't really folk songs. They were minstrel boy. Which is everybody called famous composer. But things like that. Thomas More.
Thomas More.
And I was just really interested in